Minady, I was waiting. Only you. Before this class, whose period?
It's mathematics.
Mathematics. These students are late. Anyway, so where did I stop? We could not finish the lesson because the students don't attend the class regularly. Where were we?
We finished the living.
Chinese Cinderella.
Yeah, finish it.
And how about number 6? I think A is finished.
Yes.
And we are supposed to start from 6B. Think ahead. Mainari, could you please read?
Yeah. The aim of
the passage.
The aim of the passage is to create a sense of exclusion and the loneliness, which images or ideas that you find the most powerful. Can you explain why?
Okay, first of all, a sense of exclusion, loneliness. Which images of ideas? That is the question. Which images of ideas did you find the most powerful? So you need to find some expressions which show loneliness and exclusion. For example, look at the first paragraph. Look at the first paragraph. Third line. I was the only one left. Do you see that? And that kind of expression shows exclusion and loneliness. That is the example. I was the only one left. Got it?
Yeah.
You need to find similar expressions which show a sense of exclusion and loneliness. Quickly. In the first paragraph, there are some expressions.
I peered through the crack into the deserted playground. Deserted playground.
Deserted playground, yeah. Deserted playground is. There are some significant expressions. Deserted playground, yeah, I can accept it. Any other?
Not a person was inside.
Yes, that one. In the middle, not a person was inside. Any other?
I realized that nobody was coming to pick me up.
Yes, nobody was coming to pick me up. Not a person was inside. I was the only one left. In that paragraph, one more.
Nobody had come for me.
Yes, correct. And Any other? In third paragraph, second paragraph, there are two expressions.
Except for me, everyone is striding along peacefully.
Yes, correct. Any other? That line, next line. Go on reading next line.
Everyone had a destination.
Yes, everyone had a destination. So these, so you need to write the expressions such as blah blah blah, create a sense of exclusion and loneliness. That way, right? This is for B. Let's continue. C. For C, there are some words in the test. I will discuss the meaning only. Claimed. In this test, how do you understand my claimed? 4 words. Claimed. It means
Sound.
yeah, a kind of sound, loud noise, right? The door was shut loudly. That is clanged. Loud metallic noise. How about with loud metallic noise? How about one dot?
It is going without a destination.
Yeah, aimless walking, right? Aimless walking. How about whisked? Whisked?
Crossed by.
Passed by with fast movement. With fast movement. How about speed? F-A-S-D. Fast. Can you hear? Fast movement. Yeah, fast movement. Wait a minute, my computer is working and slowly. I'm swapping from phone to laptop soon. Okay, next.
Filled with something.
Seized means filled. Yeah, correct. Filled with. Okay. How about salivated?
And eager to eat something.
The production of saliva. The production of saliva. Mouth watered. Salivated. It is enough. Go to D. In this test, you could see some short, simple sentences. And also some questions, and also exclamations. And lists of things, list of shops, right? So what do they create? In the fourth one, I want to discuss the effect of using these devices. Yeah, comment on the effect of each of them in relation to the content and mood of the passage. Got it? So, first of all, short, simple sentences. Can you tell me short, simple sentences? And the narrator is I. Don't forget it. So, what is the effect of the use of short, simple sentences? Once I taught you.
Eventually, I was the only one left. Like that?
Yeah. And there are some short sentences. I was the only one left. Nobody had gone for me. Short sentence. Not a person was inside. Some sentences are short. So the use of short sentences. And also the sentences are simple. Subject plus verb mostly. So what is the effect? What does it reflect? I'm not sure on that day you were in the class or not. Once I have already discussed if the sentences are simple. The simple and short. It means that is one reason. One, it reflects that the narrator or the writer is young. You know, when you were young, just consider when you were young, you could not construct complex sentences. You could construct only simple sentences. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the point. So the question says short, simple sentences. What is the effect? So you need to say that it reflects the young age of the narrator. Someone who narrates, but that person is young, so that person could construct or make simple sentences, short and simple sentences. It reflects the young age of the narrator. How about questions? And it depends on the text. The question, the effort may be different, but in general, do you see the questions? Please, sir,
Yeah.
I want to go home. Should I enter a shop and ask for directions?
It reflects her mind and her thoughts.
Her panic, right? And she was quite anxious at the time. What should I say? And you could learn those questions. So it reflects the climax of her panic stricken realization. It shows that she was alone, so she was quite afraid in her mind, and it shows the climax of her panic stricken realization that she was alone. And how about the third one? Exclamations. Where do you see exclamation? Exclamation mark.
Let me find
The last paragraph.
Yeah,
Last paragraph, second line. Such a wonderful aroma was wafting through the door. You could see exclamation. And the last line. Breakfast seemed such a long time ago. So what does it show?
it shows her surprisement or surprise or something.
Her serious starvation, her strong desire for food, right? So both sentences show concern with food. She was starving, right? So you could say that exclamations convey, show, C-O-N-V-E-Y, convey, show the same. Convey her strong desire for food. All right. And how about a list? How about a list? Where do you see a list? In the second paragraph. And also last paragraph, you could see a list. Minadi, do you see a list?
Yes.
A list of what?
A list of food and meat.
So what does it show? In the second paragraph in page 68, you could, I turned a corner and now the pavement seats with people and noise commotion, laborers. You could learn about laborers and their actions, and also hawkers and some shops like funds, coffee, tea, candies, blah, blah, blah. And another one is stores and booths. And how about the beggars? A list of things. So what that the writer could see along the way. So What does it reflect? Let's reflect. Let's create the noisy street scenes or the bustling street scenes. It is about the street, right? What the writer saw. So that is called bustling street scenes. Bustling, bustling. Bustling means noisy. Street scenes. Can you follow?
Yeah.
We are doing page 70. Number.
Hello, Chair.
Okay. Anyway. Oh, got it. Okay. Mm. So how is sympathy? Minari, could you please give me your feeling after reading this test? How you feel? Sympathy for Adeline.
Yeah, I feel so sympathetic and upset for her.
Yes. So it is about, the test is about the traumatic new experience of starting school, right? The child has a trauma of starting school. So you could say like, how is sympathy for Adeline created? So you could say like, it gives a traumatic new experience of starting school. Traumatic, Traumatic, traumatic. Something concerned with pain. Traumatic new experience of starting school. Yes. That's all. Okay, now I'm going to do text 5D. Text 5D, it is also interesting. The Amish way of life. I would let you read for a while and you can look up some new words in dictionary. After a few minutes, I will let you read. Read quickly. Okay, Minadi, could you please start reading the Amish way of life?
The Amish way of life. A lot of people yearn for a simpler way of life, a closer relationship with the natural world. and a stronger sense of fellowship with those around them. They are willing to give up the trappings of a consumerist society, to live apart from the rest of the world, to abide by a strict set of rules, and to work together to build a community.
There are some words, some expressions which are remarkable. A lot of people yearn for, highlight, yearn for a simple way of life. Yearn for a simple way of life. What does it mean, yearn for? Vinadi?
Eager to.
Yeah. Yeah, long for, long. It is a verb. You know, long for a simple way of life. They want a simple way of life. And what kind of life? A closer relationship with the natural world. A closer relationship with the natural world. They want to stay with the natural world. And a strong sense of fellowship with they are willing to give up the trappings of a consumerist society. Willing to give up. They are willing to give up. Means they have strong desire to give up, highlight the trappings of a consumerist society. Consumerist society, highlight the trappings. They don't want to stay in modern lifestyle. You know, nowadays we throw the rubbish, take away stuff easily. Consumerist society, but they don't want to stay in consumerist society. Highlight the trappings of a consumerist society. And next one is to abide by a strict set of rules. Highlight to abide. To abide by a strict set of rules. They want to follow. They are willing to follow a strict set of rules. To work together to build a community. They want to work together to build a community. They to their certain community. Okay, the second one, you can read. The artificial communities created.
Artificial community created by reality TV programs all have reached the Amish people of the United States because they don't have television. Even if they did, and they wouldn't be able to watch them because they don't have electricity. Anyway, they are far too busy living that kind of life to be bothered watching other people play at it.
The artificial communities. Highlight. The artificial communities created by reality TV programs. These days, you know, most people enjoy virtual war, right? Virtual war, and they enjoy using social media, something like that. That is virtual war. The artificial communities. For them, even watching TV is a sort of artificial community for them. So they don't like watching TV programs, won't have reached the Amish people of the United States because they don't have televisions. They don't have televisions. Even if they did, they wouldn't be able to watch them. Even if they have television, they would not watch. They would not be able to watch. They could not watch them because they don't have electricity. So their way of life is really simple, conservative. Anyway, they are far too busy living that kind of life to be bothered watching other people playing at it. And because they feel that they don't want to watch other people playing at it, and because they are too busy, right? And next, the Amish people, I think, Minari, your turn.
The Amish people originate from the Anabaptist of 18th century Switzerland.
16th century.
16th century Switzerland. In the late 17th century, they formed their own church, named after their leader Jacob Amen. They were persecuted for their beliefs, so they fled Europe in the mid-18th century to settle in North America, where there are now around 130,000 Amish people. Many of them living in Pennsylvania. They speak Pennsylvania Dutch, originally Dutch, a dialect of German, and their way of life is in many ways unchanged from that of their ancestors, following an unwritten code of nonconformist conduct which
Govern.
governs their behavior.
Yes. They originate. Minady, how do you understand my originate?
They're native.
Start. All right. From the Anabaptists of 16th century Switzerland. So they are from Switzerland. In the late 17th century, they formed their own church. So their religion is Christian, sort of, named after their leader, Jacob Amen. Yes, that is their. And they were persecuted. How do you understand my persecuted? For their beliefs. Persecuted? Persuaded. 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 Yeah, for their beliefs. They were forced to change the other religion, sort of. So what did they do? They fled Europe. They ran away. In the mid-18th century, what for? To settle in North America, where there are now around 130,000 Amish people. They moved to North America, and now 130,000 Amish people. Many of them living in Pennsylvania. So that group of people live in Pennsylvania. They speak this language, Pennsylvania Dutch. Here it says it is a dialect of German. Dialect means a language, a sort of language spoken by German. Their way of life in many ways unchanged. You know, their way of life is
The
unchanged.
screen share is stopped.
Huh? Really? Okay, I will share again. Wait. My side, the connection is not stable. How about now? Can you see?
Yes, I can.
So you need to highlight persecuted, originate, dialect, it is language. And their ways of life is unchanged, right? Unchanged that of their ancestors. Ancestors, their great grandparents. They don't change that much. And what did they do? They follow an unwritten code of non-conformist conduct. You know, in every culture, we have unwritten code of non-conformist conduct. For example, when we have to get into someone's house, we are supposed to take off shoes, something like that. That is the example. Unwritten code. It was not written. But most people follow such kind of custom, that is unwritten code of non-conformist conduct, which governs their behavior. So their behavior is governed by unwritten code. The way of say.
I have to leave. My battery is like 19 on. That's why.
So yeah, you can leave when it's not okay, right? So up to that. Okay, let's continue. And the Amish work.
And the Amish was the land uses traditional method rather than modern machinery and travel by horse-drawn buggy. They make their own clothes in plain
And adorned
and
materials.
adorned materials and do not wear makeup or jewelry. Married men grow pale but no mustache,
Mustaches.
which has military association and clash with their pacifist
outlook.
They disapprove of photography or picture or any kind.
Yeah. The Amish work the land using the traditional methods, Most people are farmers, I think, because they work the land. Rather than modern machinery, they don't use modern machinery. They just grow crops in traditional way. It means like that. Traditional methods, modern machinery, you can learn these words. And how did they travel? They travel by horse-drawn buggy, cart. And they make their own clothes. Yeah, they still make their own clothes, but in plain and adorned materials means they don't use complicated materials. Their clothes are quite simple and plain. That is called and adorned materials. You know, these days most people they put some stones, sparkling stones and stuff, accessories to make your clothes attractive, but they don't use such kind of things and they just wear plain and adorned materials. And they don't wear makeup or jewelry. And married men grow beards. They have beards. You know, beards,
Yes.
but they don't have mustaches. They don't have mustaches. They just the men have beards, but they don't have mustaches. Mustaches. It is plural form. Why? Which have military associations and clash with their Pacific outlook. So they are because you know, if they have mustache, they think that they have military association and clash with their Pacifics. Pacific means like clash with their Pacific outlook. Pacifics means non-violent. Non-violent. So their facial expression is quite peaceful, not violent. They disapprove of photography or pictures of any kind. They don't like being taken photographs. It means they disapprove of photography. Like this. Okay, the last part. And the
Yes.
last part is you alone. So go on. The
The
Amish have
army have an each practice of band raising,
barn
whereby
raising.
yes, whereby members of their community came together to build a band in the day. This area isn't based on today work or unselfish, brotherly love, and no play at back to basics way of life has been preserved by such retail and store simple rules. Those who break them are shunned by the community and readmit only after a period of repentance.
Mm. The Amish have an HO practice of barn raising. HO practice of barn raising means it is a kind of festival, right? In some tribes, they have different festivals, sort of barn raising traditional festival, whereby members of the community come together to build a barn in a day. So according to their customs, you know, members of the families, they come and build a barn, a kind of festival. This is a rare example in today's world of unselfish brotherly love. So here, a rare example. It means that these days many people are selfish. They don't help each other. They don't have brotherly love. So this kind of example is really rare these days, it means. So a rare example in today's world of unselfish brotherly love. Very nice expression. There are no frills, back to basic way of life. Highlight. No frills, back to basic way of life. No frills means like simple. Back to basic way of life means their life is quite simple, not complicated. It is called no frills, back to basics way of life, simple life. It means have been preserved. Preserved means maintained. Excuse me, wait a minute. And back to basic way of life means basic life. Preserve means maintain by such rituals and strong simple rules. Maintain such rituals. Rituals means community ceremonies. They still maintain their, how should I say, their ceremonies, their traditional belief. Those who break them, if someone breaks their traditional rules and regulations, such kind of persons is shunned, means avoided. Avoided. SHUNNED, shunned means avoided by the community. Avoided by the community. And readmitted only after a period of repentance. Repentance readmitted only when they admit, they accept that person. Got it? Young, do you understand?
Yes.
Actually, for this topic, I want to discuss only the summary and some bold words that are remarkable. First of all, you need to go the first paragraph. I will repeat yearn. How do you understand my yearn? Yearn for means
Design.
no, long for. In Burmese, ပြင်းပြတယ်, ဆန္ဒပြင်းပြ. Long for, yearn for. Okay? Long for. Trappings. How do you understand my trappings?
Catch.
Trappings. Yeah, trap. It means trapping.
Bait.
Yeah, it means caught in a trap. It is direct meaning. Catch in a trap. Trappings. Abide. Abide means live. Live by a strict set of rules. Abide, follow the rules, right? That way. Persecuted. How do you understand my persecuted? Persuaded. Persuaded. Non-conformist. Non-conformist means unconventional. Non-conformist conduct with non-conformist conduct. It means unconventional. And next one is unadorned materials. And adorned means like simple materials. Plain, it means PLAIN, plain. Pacifist outlook. Pacifist means non-violent. Non-violent. And next one is no frills. No frills means simple. Simple. Rituals means community ceremonies. It means ceremonies. Rituals, ceremonies. In this case, we have to translate like ceremonies. And shunned means avoided. Shunned means avoided. Can you give me the summary of this passage?
Yes.
Don't read all. How do you understand this passage in your own words? That you can take some ideas.
Belief and real life,
Mm.
humility and family, community and separation from the world are mainstay of the Amish.
Hmm? Summary means the some short account of this passage. Can you summarize? Do you know what to do?
Yes.
Mm. You need to take the main ideas of each paragraph and you must summarize what you understand about the Amish way of life. John, are you ready?
Not yet. Yes.
Mm. Say.
Belief, belief and real life, humility and family, community and separation from the world are mainstay of the Amish and And then they wear plain clothes, living in a simple manner, healthy and never eat. And as a Christian church, they follow the busy ten or the Chris, sorry, Christian
Christian.
Christian. Oh. The Amish are the private people who believe God and kept them away from the modern world. They are not perfect, but they are strong example community that support. They are people apart. They are also a people together. Yes.
Mm. Okay, let's continue text 5E. A 19-year-old from the UK describes her typical day. My secret life as a teen detective. Okay, please read quickly to get a general idea. Read quickly. Yongking, you finished?
Yes.
Okay, could you please start reading the first paragraph?
My secret life as a teen detective. When I can be bothered, I get up at 7 and go for a swim. But I will lie, that doesn't happen every day. Anyway, at 8 o'clock, my iPhone is set to play my favorite song, and that's wake me up. I live
Mm.
with my mom,
Wait,
my father.
Yeah. She is 19 years old. She is a teenager. And
Yes.
she has described about her typical day, her secret life, because she is a detective, right? When I can be bothered means it's not a problem for her to get up at 7. For most people, getting up early is a problem, but for her, it's okay. It means when I can be bothered, go for a swim. But I won't lie, that doesn't happen every day. At 8 o'clock, her iPod is set to play my favorite song. So it means alarm rings and she wakes up, right? That's all. Go to the second paragraph. I live with my mom,
I live with my mom, my brother, and 3 foster
foster
sisters in
sisters.
it. Yes, in a tiny village in Surrey. I work for a company called Asset Investigation. The office is in the middle of nowhere here. I tended for work, never knowing if I will be leaving at 5 or at midnight, or if I will be on a train to somewhere unknown. I love working crazy hours. It's
Hours.
better than being bored. I sat in a 9 to 5 kind of job. I had no idea a job like this was real, but I always liked the thought of being some thought satisfying.
Mm. I live with, yeah, she lives with her mom, brother, 3 foster sisters, adopted, sort of adopted, you know, in a
Yes,
tiny village, small village. And I work for a company called, and yeah, the name of the company, Answers Investigation. And the office is in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere, it means a bit far from the city center. I turn up for work. Turn up means arrive. That is a phrasal verb. Never knowing if I will be leaving at 5 or at midnight. So, she doesn't have a normal working hour. She has to get up early sometimes, and she has to leave at 5 or maybe at midnight. If I will be on a train to somewhere at noon, sometimes she is on the train in the afternoon. I love working crazy hours. How do you understand my crazy hours? Hmm?
long hours.
Yeah, for a long time. Not 9 to 5. 9 to 5, most people work 9 to 5 job, right? From 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. But uh, according to the nature of her job, she has to work crazy hours. It means for a long time. It is better than being bored, but for her, as she is interested in being a detective, she is she doesn't she is not bored, and because she doesn't like 9 to 5 job, she finds it boring. I had no idea a job like this was real. But I always liked the thought of being some top secret spy. She likes being a secret spy. She is a spy too. Go on.
In the office, I check my email and Facebook. I make coffee for the guys and green tea for myself. And there are 3 hours full time. Me, Annie, and Nigel. Plus, we have specialist and part-time investigators all over the place.
So it means, at her office, yeah, as usual, she does the same as others. She checks emails, Facebook, so she uses how should I say, internet, and make coffee for her workmates, for her colleagues, kinds, green tea for myself, and also as full-time. So they are full-timers. They work full-time. And who are they? She Andy and Nigel. We have specialists and part-time investigators all over the place. And there are some specialists and part-time investigators. They are working in different places near there. Go on.
When it came to undercover work, there are rules that only a teen detective can do. I can act young and mature. I be a 40-year-old, a college student, and office worker at 60. I don't people will tell you anything.
Idiot people.
I just the idiot people will tell you anything if they think you are stupid, as well as some random
Randomar on a train.
when a train who you would never know was following you. But he is what make you take.
When it comes to undercover work, one, she needs to detect someone, undercover work. And there were rules that only a teen detective can do, The teen detective can take different roles. Why? I can act young and mature, both. She can do both. And she can be I have been a 4-year-old, a college student. Maybe she can be an office worker. Sometimes she can be an idiot. She can be an office worker. At this, ditzy idiot means, senseless, stupid people will tell you anything if they think you are stupid, as well as some randomer on a train who you would never know was following you. It means that she could disguise as someone. Acting is what makes me tick. It means like acting is acting makes her be motivated, right? And next one, the last paragraph of this class.
For surveillance
Mm.
operation, we prepare for every possible scene. What's that?
Scenario, possible scenario.
Possible scenario, but people always surprise you, so you have to stay focused. Sitting in my car for 12 hours is never fun. It's never fun. I prefer surveillance when it's active. Like when I tail a guy around London, I was 5 steps behind him the entire day. He never noticed. We treat people from the office through using databases and social networking site. It is harder if they are over 50, but if they are around 20, it is easy as pie. It is so bad the stupidity people put about themselves online.
Surveillance operations, it means she has to observe. So what, we prepare for every possible scenarios. They have to think in detail what can happen, and some possible situations that they may encounter, right? But people always surprise you, so you have to stay focused, and they have to focus on what they want to do. Sitting in my car for 12 hours is never fun. Once, she had to sit for a long time in the car. And I prefer surveillance when it is active. Like once when I tilt a guy around London, it is about her experience of spying a guy, a boy. I was 5 steps behind him at the time. She was behind that guy the entire day, the whole day. She had to trace that boy. He never noticed. We trace people from the office too, using databases. Sometimes, she is talking about her job. Sometimes she had to trace the database on the computer, social networking sites, what is going on, what is that person doing through social networking sites like Facebook, and also using databases. It is harder if they are over 50. If you are about over 50, it is quite hard to do such kind of things. But for her, as she is a teenager, it is really easy. If they are under 20, it means teenager. It is easy as pie. Easy as pie means it's very easy. Very easy. It is so bad the stupid things people put about themselves online. And it means that she doesn't like posting stupid things online. No. Okay. The rest will be continued next day. I want to give homework a little bit. Please try to understand this text, right? I will do some exercises for this test. After this, Unit 5 will be finished. So I will do workbook. For workbook, please look page 32. Workbook page 32. Number one. Think ahead. You are given the example and do homework. Yungi, can you follow? Workbook,
Yes.
page
Page
32,
32.
number 1. And
Yes.
also page 34, number 3.
Yes.
And page 35, number 5.
Yes.
That's all. Oh, page 37, number 7. Use stationery and do it.
Page 33, number 2. I don't need to do.
Huh? Page
Page
33,
33.
number 2, no need. Number
Yes.
2 will be skipped. But 3, please do 3.
Yes.
Page 35, number 5.
Yes.
And page 37, number 7.
Yes.
Any
Thank you.
question?
No.
Any question? Okay. That's all. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.